Good morning, Mr. Zubi. Good morning, Port Harcourt. You're welcome to the Startup Up Show, where we believe that startups on Port Harcourt can change the world. My name is Boma Peters. For those that have been following us, our team for the year is surviving in Nigerian business environment. For the month of October, our focus has been on marketing. We've done so much, around marketing. For today's show, our discussion will be about how to market a service. Last week we talked about how to market the products. Totally different ball game. And our very special guest for today, we have Mr. Joseph Dunn. He's the sales marketing consultant of Kaizen Digital Academy. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Kaizen Digital Academy.
Welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you so much, Mr. Boma, for having me.
So, as we all know, marketing a service is more like selling the invisible. You are selling something that is not tangible.
Yep.
You're trying to convince somebody to invest their time and money in something that they cannot return. They can't feel it, they can't see it, and they cannot return it if they don't like it.
Yeah.
Right? So, my first question is, throughout this series, the first question I like to ask you, marketing consultant, is why is it most entrepreneurs don't like, in your own opinion, why you're always advising people, why do marketers or entrepreneurs not like to market, first of all?
Basically, it's because they don't understand what the whole concept of selling and marketing is about. Some people think that selling and marketing is about hooking people on their necks and forcing them to buy stuff, right? They don't understand that is basically how life works. The world runs on selling.
Okay.
Basically, banks, they sell. Dangote sells. Nigeria as a country exports crude oil. For the world to run successfully, sales and marketing has to happen. So I believe that if people understand, first of all, that what they are doing is not a bad thing, it's not an evil thing, they're basically contributing to the economic development of their country, then I believe that fear of selling and marketing will go away, because it's a normal thing. Sales is beyond like telling people buy. For you called me, you asked me to be on this show, you sold me on being here, I'm coming here. Right? So it's getting people to just agree to something, not necessarily trying to collect money from them. It's a basic principle and everybody sells.
Okay.
Man, Elon Musk now recently
and he's selling perfume.
His blonde hair.
Exactly.
I said, please buy my perfume.
$1 million in 24 hours.
That's the richest man in the world. And he's still marketing. Fear catch me, man. Okay. Serious, I was scared.
No, that he has to buy Twitter. You understand?
Yeah, but he has the money for that.
No, you see, I feel that people don't understand when they say somebody is worth something. It does not mean that he has that money in his bank account.
We know.
He would have to sell things, a lot of assets, to get that money out. So if he can get, if he can sell less of his assets and, raise something by the side, of course, it's better. It's better for him.
But the thing is this, he's still hustling.
For you to be a top entrepreneur, for you to be at that level, you have to be freaking good at putting yourself out there.
You can't just come and say, buy my maybe your wife is selling buffet. I say, buy my wife's buffet. They will say, but mine is.
Why is it falling in that? That's the problem.
The same thing.
But sometimes when somebody has something already, like when the video said he was broke, like people should send him money. People send because they know he has. So that also comes to play sometimes, right?
I agree to an extent.
Because if somebody that is broke says give me money, then you'll be like,
I agree to an extent.
You understand?
But why is everybody that has money not pushing like that? You see Obi Kubana launch something like Odogu Bitters, and you see him all over social media, going to Onisha, going to Lagos market. These people know how money is made. It's made by shamelessly putting yourself out there and putting your business out there. So that's it basically.
Okay, let's move on. So, before when you're marketing a product, it's real. I can see it, I can smell it, I can taste it. I know if I like it or not. But when you're, trying to market a service, it's like, this is the way they talk. We don't know how it will be,
Yeah.
So my question is, what do I need to know before I market a service? What are the things I should have in mind? What should I be aware of if I begin to market a service? Then after that, we'll now go into how to market service.
So basically, it's basically the same thing, whether you're marketing a product or a service. The difference is that one is tangible and the other one is intangible. But it's basically the same, you know. I know it's a bit more complex when it comes to marketing services because, of course, you say I cannot. I mean, if I'm selling the phone to you and I'm going to show you the phone,
yes, I won't feel the
go
phone.
through it. But if I want to sell you consultation, then it becomes tricky. You want to try to see what I've done before. You want to try to know whether you get the value for your money.
And all these courses where they train people, education and all that.
Exactly. I mean, I run an education company, so I should know better, right? But at the core of it, the very thing that makes human beings take action is what you should have in mind. Appearance, perception, economics, and security. Those are basically the four major things that make people buy anything. If you can see how that can make anybody buy your product or service,
I think you need to break it down a bit. You need to break it down.
For appearance, basically, is how would this thing make me appear if I buy it? Perception. How will people perceive me if I buy this product? If I'm living in this estate, how people perceive me? If I buy this, you know, I say, oh, I just signed up for a 1 million naira coaching. How will people in my industry see me when I say that kind of thing? People actually buy for reasons like that. Economics is, will it make me money? You know, there are people that just buy because of the name that is involved. So, for example, I've had people come to me and say, finally I go to Sedonko. You not see them posting it everywhere on social media to kind of increase their hype. It's all perception. Right? Economics is, if I'm buying this thing now, is there a way it's going to make me money? Security, if I'm buying these things, is there a way it's going to save my life, secure me and everything? That's basically the four major things that make people take action on anything.
Okay, so I have a friend, she was marketing a service. It's more like, I think if it's your birthday, they call you, I don't even know what to call it. They call you, so let's say your wife or your girlfriend is having a birthday party, then you pay them, they call the person, which to me does not make sense. God the heaven knows that to me,
that industry, the target is not men.
you understand?
The target is women.
So they sing you a birthday song, and all those things.
Bring cake for you.
Fine. Now the issue has always been the marketing.
Yes.
It has been a challenge. You understand? You know, because how do we gauge that the person really enjoyed it? Wouldn't I rather just give the person the cash? You understand? So for somebody, so now it takes me to my next question. How do I market a service? Let's break it down, because we have a lot of people. We have comedians, we have poets, we have MCs. You know, how do I market my service? Because if I come for your program, when I finish, everybody will laugh, joke. You know, how do I market a service? So how? Take us step by step.
To be able to market a service, general rule number one is you need to know who your ideal customer is, first of all. Because if you're selling to everybody, you're selling to nobody. So you have to figure out, I mean, ice cream is sweet, but not everybody likes ice cream. Right? So you have to figure out who is this service
Not everybody likes jollof.
Exactly. Who is this? There are people that don't eat fish. Why do you not eat fish? So basically, right, figure out who is my product, my service, for who do I want to serve?
The ideal customer.
Who is my ideal customer? You know, in marketing terms, they call it buyer persona or customer avatar. Just to know who your ideal customer is. The second thing you want to figure out is, how am I going to reach those people?
Okay.
Because a lot of people, you know, they know how to do something, but now they know who it is for. They don't know how to reach those people. So you want to ask yourself in that, where are those people mostly gathered? What kind of maybe books do they read? What kind of events do they attend? What kind of shows?
What church do they attend?
What church do they attend?
Yeah. I noticed that some people come to churches now to market.
Actually,
I've seen that outside. Really, yes, I've seen that.
Also market too.
Yes, everybody market.
Let's not go there, please. Let's choose our battle. Okay, continue. I have a lot of pastor friends that listen to this show, so I don't want to start answering questions after the show. Well, that your last show, I don't, you know, you're becoming unspiritual. You know, I don't have energy.
I believe when he's talking about marketing, he's not talking about like the making money part of marketing. For example, you're holding a program. You need to bring
remember what you said.
You
said the whole idea about marketing is to turn it to sales. Then of course, when you talk about sales, we're talking about money. So if you now bring it to church, you get based on our. I'm trying to take it in context of our conversation.
All right.
But we all know that churches are non-governmental and non-profit organizations.
Yes.
We know that for sure, even under the law.
Yeah.
But we need to see the church's signboard, and the signboard has to look good.
That's marketing.
For us to know that, okay, if we go to, if the signboard is this good and the pastor is like this, then it means
church
I can
makes
listen
sense.
to this guy.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's just.
Thank you for putting it in context.
It's true.
All right. So we talked about getting your ideal customer. Then you're talking about
figuring out how
to
reach
get across
them,
to them. Okay.
right?
Okay.
How do you reach them? There are services, for example. I've had several ideas about marketing services. For example, if I want to target rich people, for example, something as simple as negotiating with a laundry people in a high borough area. When they package these people's clothes, maybe my business card or something, they just slip it inside somehow.
Oh, that will
figuring out who your target customer is and knowing where and how you can reach them.
That'll work.
Right. The next thing you want to figure out is your marketing message. What are you going to say to attract these people? And in figuring out your marketing message,
help me.
If you're a marketing message, you want to think about the pain points of these people.
Okay.
What are their pains currently? What are they going through? What is it that I'm going to say that's going to address this pain, that's going to make them come to me? For example, I'm a sales and marketing consultant. I run an education company just like Udemy, but we're building for Africa. For me to be able to sell these are intangible. For me to be able to sell it successfully, I have to communicate in a way that makes people see interest in what I'm saying. So I have to put out a lot of posts on sales and marketing. I have to put out a lot of video content. I have to organize free trainings from time to time, just because I know that I have to communicate in a way that these people want to listen to see reason to buy from me. Okay. So I see people that are selling services, and you have the highest leverage of all time. I mean, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, people did not have the internet. But right now we have the internet, which gives you leverage. The only thing you need to pay for is data. Facebook is free, Instagram is free, Twitter is free. Yeah. You have leverage. So why, for example, you're a comedian, you're waiting for somebody to give you
a platform, you're not carrying me along and all that.
We carry you along now. You have the ability to create your own platform. Okay. So it now boils down on you to consistently start putting yourself out there. I mean, if you know you have talent, you have a service, why are you not putting yourself out? Why are you not creating content? Why are you not showing up every day? Some people claim that they don't make sales. I come online, I don't make sales, I don't do this. But you check their timeline and saw that the last post is 2-3 weeks ago. How do you expect to make sales? How do you expect to market your service?
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Averagely, what number is too much? You see 1 post a day, 3 posts a day. At what point do you become a nuisance? There's a very thin line where people start posting and be like, this guy, I need to mute this guy on my timeline.
Well,
so what number makes sense?
I don't think there's a time you post that you become a nuisance. You can post you own your timeline. You can post as much as 500 times a day. The thing is, many years ago, Facebook didn't used to throttle posts. Instagram didn't used to throttle posts. So when you post, all your
for the day,
friends will see it. Yeah. But right now, I can post, and less than 5% of. I mean, I have around 15,900 followers on Twitter right now. I post something, less than 10% of my audience sees it per time. So if I post only once, that means it gets drowned in the millions of tweets every day.
True.
So personally on Twitter, I have to put out at least 15 tweets every day.
Wow.
Talking about what?
talking about business, sales, marketing, just basically revolving around what I do.
Oh boy, that's a lot of work.
There's nobody promised you it was going to be easy anyway.
Okay, so at what point, how do I know that I'm marketing correctly? At what point do I, because sometimes you have different strategies. So you talk about one, let's say you go to a highbrow area, you slide in your cards with the HNIs and all that. Yeah. So when you're doing marketing, you do a lot of things.
True.
You understand? And so at what point do I now, how do I gauge that, okay, I think this is working?
Conversion.
Okay.
Conversion. When people are taking action on whatever you're putting out, then you can see that it is working.
And it's from this particular channel.
Yes. So you have to now measure. There are some things that are not measurable though. But you see that, for example, you go to an event, you're filling a form, they ask you, where did you hear about us from? They are trying to gauge if the particular marketing effort from this place, because there are some things, for example, if it's digital, if I'm running my ad on Facebook or something, I can track the conversions. Yeah. But when you come on radio, for example, I'm at Radio 93.7, I can go to other stations and talk, and plenty of people are coming. How do I gauge that they came from one particular station? That's why those surveys from time to time are necessary.
That makes sense. Okay, so I think we're almost out of time, but just before Zubi throws us out, how, I think now you should talk to two sets of people. We have people that have been in the industry, service industry, they are struggling. They feel that I've tried everything, it's not working. You speak to those. Then you speak to those that are trying to, they seem to be stable at the moment, but they need to go to the next level. That's where everything is now boring, right? So how do they go to the next level? For those that are struggling, what do I do to survive?
So first of all, if you're struggling with marketing the service, then I believe they're ignoring a lot of things. So everybody, I believe, has a power base.
Okay.
Right? Your power base consists of your friends and family and close relatives. If they cannot at least buy from you, which I believe they should, you have to pressure them to buy from you, my friend. If they cannot at least buy from you, they can recommend you to somebody. Okay. Right? But a lot of people don't ask. They believe that somehow somebody will miraculously just remember to recommend you. People have a lot of things going on around their head. So from time to time, you have to remind your friends that, hey, remember I actually do this. In case you hear or see or just mention my name because I actually do this. You'll be surprised that when you ask for referrals, even from your existing customers, you will get more. But if you just believe that people of their goodwill always remember to recommend you, it doesn't always follow. So if you're struggling right now, try to leverage on your power base. Ask them to recommend you. Put yourself in their front. Tell them that this is what I do. Let them buy from you first of all. Say, they believe in you now.
But I think some of the challenges I have with that, forcing people that are close to you buy from you is that a lot of products some people sell, I don't have the challenge at the time. It happens to me a lot of time. I really want to help you.
Yes.
But I feel like it's not fair to you and buying just because you're selling.
Exactly.
You understand? I feel like that's a wrong perception. So you're selling something a problem I don't have. So it's either you step up, you solve a problem at my level. You understand?
If I'm selling something
at my level, I'll buy.
If I'm selling something
you don't have to beg me.
That's a problem you don't have, the best you can do is to recommend me to somebody else. So that's why I'm like telling them to do both of them at the same time.
I had these issues where some people write books, very close friends write books, and maybe you're writing to people that are starting how to be a good it's not
for you.
It's not for me.
Yeah.
If you write at my level,
the best you can do is you can buy for someone.
No, I no longer buy books for people because I've realized that's a waste of money.
For everybody?
If I'm telling you, from my personal experience, I no longer buy books for people. If you want a book that you cannot afford, hustle and buy it. Because you hustle to buy it, you read it. I'm telling you now. Okay. Buy books for people. Thank you. They keep it. Are you finished the book? I read one chapter. Don't worry. 6 months. How far now? You understand? So I no longer buy books for people. If you really want to read the book, it's just for the fact that you bought it with your money. You will read it.
Exactly.
You will read it. About your money. But there's another. I don't know if it's a strategy some people use. For example, someone who makes cakes.
Yeah.
And it's not your birthday, but she tells you, see, on your birthday, let me know. I'll give you a cake for free.
Yeah.
Then all you need to do is recommend me to your friends.
And
you buy the next cake. That person has already entered.
Yes.
On your birthday, she comes with a beautiful cake. Woo! Take pictures. Then you already know that you've already committed. Then you have to tell your friends, this is where I got this cake from.
Of course.
And then you know the next cake you will have to buy.
Yes.
Even if you don't buy, subconsciously you will buy for some other person.
True.
But if you that's another marketing strategy.
True. Yes.
True.
I have a friend as a baker. She bakes cakes. I'm sure she's listening to this show right now, and her mind is like, do you know how much flour is?
I understand, but
it has to be calculated. Anyway. You don't just do it for anybody. You have to do it for the people that will give you the most leverage.
Yeah, for someone who has the money and someone who has many children.
Exactly.
And always do birthdays.
So you're calculating this one.
That is a marketing.
It's part of marketing.
Yes. Thank you. So we do birthday like 10 times a year. Okay, I'll give you one. Okay, I'll pay for 10, I'll give you 8. I'll pay for 8, I'll give you 10.
Exactly, yes.
Just pay me now, I'll handle it for
Yeah.
All right, so we're out of time. You had spoken to people struggling. Next set of people are trying that bored, trying to go to the next level. Then we're done.
So, for you to go to the next level, you're at a point now. You're making some decent progress, but you want to break into the next level. Maybe you make 100 sales per month. You want to
double it.
Right? There are a couple things you could do. The first thing I believe that you could do is to try to scale what is working.
Okay.
All right. So if your outreach strategy is working, that means you have to pump in more money into reaching out to more people. Another thing you want to consider is upsells, or trying to make people spend more money with you. So, for example, I'm a barber. I thought about yesterday because I just had my hair cut yesterday, and my barber usually comes to the office to cut my hair. So I was thinking, what if this guy actually takes money for 2 months worth of work in advance? Maybe I cut my hair 4 times in a month, and it takes money for 2 months in advance and gives me a discount on 2 times.
I think my barber does that. What they do is, if for every 4 times you barb, the 5th one is free. So only you by yourself. You understand? You go because you know that you don't want to lose. So if you do 4 times in a month, the 5th one is free.
Exactly.
So yeah, my barber does that.
Skeptic.
Yes.
If he
Makes
incentivizes
you
like
very
that,
loyal.
you don't cheat
You
on him.
wait. Exactly. You not be like, no, don't worry. If it's not around, I'll come tomorrow. Yeah, that works. Okay.
Yeah, guys who care for their barbers.
Yeah, of course. No men are loyal to their barbers.
I don't barb carelessly.
I don't know why.
This my barber's been barbed me since 2009.
Yeah, no,
One
yeah.
guy.
One guy.
Yeah, a lot of them are like that.
Unless I leave this country or I leave this state.
And then there's this billionaire guy who flies with his barber.
A lot of them do that. Most of all these artists, all of them, whiskey.
Yeah,
The guy that cut for Burna Boy,
All of them, yeah.
he had to fly in from Lagos to Accra like last week to come and cut his hair.
Yes. They
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
So that's a celebrity barber, right?
People are loyal to
Imagine
the barber.
you
Like
don't want
that.
to be a barber. You're like, oh, but today, see, you're flying for a
No,
slice.
but you know why? Most times your barber understands your hair. You don't want somebody to do trial and error.
Dude.
You understand? And it takes a while to recover. That's the problem.
Imagine him having a hair malfunction arrangement. He won't be able to go on.
Now I have to tell them to shine, just shine the door.
Check it all off.
Yeah, say that I just want to change my look. You don't change your look.
All right.
It's very important.
Yes. Thank you very much, Joseph, for being here. Thank you, Mr. Zuri, for having us. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Same time next week. I think next week is going to be our last series on the marketing series we've been doing. So
Nice.
Thank you very much. Do have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Zubi, for having us. I really appreciate it.
Welcome.